And good morning, everyone. Welcome into a first of two special editions today of the Epifano McDonald's McSports Saturday Show.
Yeah.
First part is we're going to be honoring some of the Student Athlete Award winners from Greenfield, Washington Courthouse, and Miami Trace. We have some Star of the Game selections from Miami Trace and Washington Courthouse that we'll be honoring. And then a little after 10 o'clock or so, we'll have some more guests come in, and we'll do a second program that will be kind of a salute to the courthouse baseball team.
Wait a minute. Let's salute. Let's talk about salute for a second, okay?
Okay.
I don't mean to interrupt you because you are the guru, okay?
Yeah.
And I don't usually interrupt the guru, but I'm sitting next to a Hall of Famer here.
Oh,
folks.
please, don't drink.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm sure everyone saw it because with the hits we had online, this gentleman right here, we're so proud of Randy, Washington Courthouse, Hall of Fame, sports guru is in the Hall of Fame for Washington Courthouse, and it's just, it's an honor well deserved. It's an honor that should have probably came a long time ago, in our opinion. Okay, and hopefully many more to come, because I don't think people realize. And when I saw him up there, I saw him talking about his history and that kind of thing. I think sometimes we have these very important people in our lives, and he's a great person in my life, but also in the community's eyes. And when you have somebody like Randy, I think sometimes we've had it so good for so long, we kind of take it for granted, and we forget what we got here. So very proud of you. Love you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate all you've done for me. And everything since I came here, but also I appreciate everything you've done for this community over all these years of all these sporting events, news events, radio events, community events. You've touched a lot of people's lives, and just sure do appreciate you and so happy for you. I was so happy I could be there and get to see it, and well deserved, my friend.
Well, thank you. I'm very humbled by it, and a lot of the folks congratulating us. And of course,
he doesn't like to talk about himself, but he should.
That's why you and I get along, all right? Because you don't like to be talking about yourself either, buddy. But
I'm not even in your status. So
I don't know about that, brother. But anyway, I am very humbled, and thanks to the folks at Courthouse. And again, that's not the reason we do this. This is to promote our young people, and when you have kids your own and stuff. As a parent, you look back and all you want to do is to learn things, hopefully through sports and things like that, as well as their education. And when Nick came up with this idea a little over 20-some years ago, with the player of the game, then we switched to Star of the Game, and then we added the Student Athlete Award show. Oh my goodness, it's been close to probably 2 or 3 dozen years. Well,
yeah.
no, about
at
least two. I'd say 20 plus.
Yeah.
20 plus years.
And hundreds of athletes.
Yes, a lot of them. We've had some repeat winners, and so it's really,
we got some
really
dual
nice.
winners this time, man.
Huh?
We got people with 2 plaques today. It's amazing.
Yeah, because some of them got Star of the Game, and others, besides that, maybe got the Student Athlete Award winner. So we got a lot of folks to talk to, and we'll do that here in just a few minutes. If you tuned in, we appreciate it. Thank you so much, and it's because of your viewership that we continue to do these programs, but it's also when you come to and patronize one of the Epifano McDonald's restaurants, 3 here in Fayette County and also one over in Jamestown.
Yep. We
don't want to forget that one as well, as we got a lot of folks over in the Jamestown area that do a lot of business with the McDonald's. And I know that Nick always talks about it, but it's a win-win situation because the dollars that you spend with McDonald's, he's able to turn around, and him and Karen and the family is able to reinvest it back into the community.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just, we thank you. I thank all my employees that work hard every day and take care of all these customers. And I thank all our customers that come in and patronize us and give us this opportunity to do such great fun things like today. I mean, we really enjoy this. And we thank you for giving us this opportunity, because anyone that runs a business, I think deep down they understand that, if it wasn't for the customer, you wouldn't have any business. And if it wasn't for your employees, you could never could never take care of the customer. So very appreciative for that. Very appreciative for our school systems. You know, we have three of the four school systems here today because Fayette Christian doesn't have spring sports.
Well, they start boys volleyball up, so
Yeah.
you know next year too we might end up
you
having.
know, I heard some rumors possibly about maybe some tennis or some. You know,
Yeah.
who knows? You
Yeah.
know, so maybe in the future they'll be a part of the spring, but they're all, you know, they're definitely a part of the fall and the winter, and you know, very thankful for our school systems that they work with us so well. You know, and you know they've worked with Randy all these years. It's a blessing that we have that kind of relationship that we can do these things together and really spotlight and tell the great stories of these young people. I mean, that's what's exciting. You know, we get to be a part of it, and we get to be a part of these young folks' lives. And hopefully, this is a memory that they'll have. You know, we always talk about, you know, they may not remember it or may not seem like a big deal now, but you get old like us, these kind of memories are cherished.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yep.
so we hope to make a great memory for them.
And of course, one thing we're really proud of today is that we got everybody here.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the school's been out now for a week or two, and
Yeah.
sometimes with the spring sports, unfortunately, the kids kind of don't get maybe the recognition they deserve. But this year, we're going to be fortunate. I think we're going to have everybody that was picked to be a winner is going to actually be on the show, because a lot of folks sometimes go on vacations, other
Yeah.
things like that. Some of the head coaches won't be able to be here because of other commitments, but they sent their assistant coaches to be here. So we'll be able to have all the programs represented today, and we really do appreciate that. Real quickly, summertime is coming up. A lot of folks are going to be doing a lot of traveling, either into Fayette County if they're outside the area, maybe tuned in, or you're from here and you're going on the road. Epifon McDonald's restaurant's a great place to stop and pick something up to eat on the way.
Yeah, on the way
coming back.
to or from, or you know, whatever. We have the Leesburg Avenue restaurant outside of Walmart. It's 24 hours through the drive-through, so you can go through there anytime and get your McDonald's. And then the other restaurants, you know, we're open from 6 to 11 every day, 7 days a week, and you know, we're open for you to take care of, you know, all your needs out there. I know today's a very hot day. You know, we got our frozen carbonated beverages. So we got frozen Coke, blue raspberry, and we have a new Sprite Limonade. So if you kind of like frozen type lemonade drink, try this out and see what you think.
I might have to hit that between the shows.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty, and we got them at a great value right now. So you know, it's a great price to come out and have one of these new products. Still have our chicken McCrispy chicken sandwich.
Yep.
So that's out there. You know, baked goods. We still have our baked goods, all our McCafe line. Plenty of things out here for you to choose. Got a new Oreo McFlurry. So you know, when you want something on that side, you know, try that out too. So we got a little bit of everything. Fresh beef quarter pounders. You know, cooked when you order them. It doesn't get any better than that.
Absolutely, they're great. I've had two this week.
Yeah, and the old breakfast burrito. You know, that's the old Randy Young's favorite. I got to get a picture of Randy, you know, holding that burrito up. You know, we got those for you every day, as well as all of our breakfast stuff. So, you know, we're here for you. Give us a shot if you're out and around, and just appreciate, like we said, your patronage.
All right. Well, we'll tell you what. We're going to give Nick a few moments here to break away. When he's going to play one of your product line ads.
Yeah, we'll do a commercial and all that, but generally I have my computer set up here, but we had to improvise today. The gremlins were with us with some updates and software that affected us. So hopefully we've got sound and
I'm going to
everything's
say
still
45
working.
minutes ago, we weren't sure we was even going to get on the air today, folks. That's how tight it was.
It happens like that sometimes.
Yeah. All right. So when we take a little break, we're going to come back. We're going to start talking with the young people that won these awards. So stay with us as you're watching the Epifon McDonald's McSports Saturday show. Yeah, I know that's a tongue twister, let me tell you. But you'll learn it as well, all right? If nothing else, practice it while Nick's playing the ads. And then when we come back, hopefully you'll have it down pat. And we're also going to take bets on how many times I will actually mess it up today. You know, the over-under, I think, is 3. So we'll see what happens, all right? We'll be back. We'll talk to our first student-athlete award winner from Jamestown Greenview right after.
With it, crew drop. forget. If someone asks if you want your Quarter Pounder's cheese on top of the patty or right below it, your answer is yes. The hottest, juiciest Quarter Pounder yet. It's perfect. Made perfecter. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Want to know the secret to eating a sausage McMuffin with egg? Leave it in the wrapper for a little bit to let the cheese hit just the right level of meltiness. I know that's right. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Only a real pro has just enough sweet, tangy barbecue sauce for that last Chicken McNugget. Yup. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, we're back, and as we mentioned before, this is going to be a mixture of today's program. We're going to be honoring both the stars of the game and also the Student Athlete Award winners as well. So if we go from one award to another, we're not trying to confuse you, it's just the way it works out and so forth. So our first guest is the male student athlete for the spring sports season from Jamestown Greenview High School, Braxton?
Yeah,
Maculak.
close.
Close. What is
It's like Magu, like Magulac.
Magulac?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
A little odd.
I'm going to change the A to a U, and then I should remember that.
Okay.
Maculak. Okay. Braxton, you are was nominated by your tennis coach. He's had some winners here over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Just a couple things real quickly from your form you filled out. You're a senior.
Yep.
You was ninth in your class. You had a 4.273 GPA.
I actually got it up a little bit before the end of the year, so I finished above 4.3, and I got the Summa Cum Laude or whatever it's called. But
Yeah, I go see. I saw. I was doing a little research this morning, and I saw where you and I think Sadie made it too, didn't you? There's like 9 of you. Is
I
it
think
the
so.
higher honor?
There was 9 of us. Yeah.
And then there's 9 on the next level.
Yeah.
So, which means you guys are smart.
Yeah.
I always like to say that they're smart. Tell us some of the other activities you're involved with. First of all, at school. What are some of the other things you do?
Well, I always challenge myself to take like honors and AP classes at school, and I'm part of the National Honor Society. So I always like do volunteer work year round for them and stuff like that. And you want to know like everything I'm involved in? So like I used to be involved in 4-H. I took pigs and chickens to the fair from like when I was first year I could all the way up to last year.
Okay.
And I play football and tennis.
What did you play on football?
Receiver and cornerback.
Okay. All right. Playing tennis, the Ohio Heritage Conference got you guys records and stuff, so I kind of looked that up a little bit. And you really had a good season as a number 3 single. I think it said you were 7-0. You also played first and second singles as well.
Yeah.
And you even played some doubles.
Yeah.
Now you guys had a pretty good season.
Oh yeah.
What was co-champs, something like that?
Yeah, we were co-champs with Cedarville.
Okay.
So,
all right. Did you get any kind of awards?
I got first team OHC.
Okay.
And then I got the academic award for tennis.
Oh, okay, great. Good. So you're getting honored as well for your classroom. So that's good. Glad to hear that. That's what this award's about. It's a combination of what you're doing in the classrooms as well as in sports activities involved with the communities. We're trying to look for an all-around student athlete, and you fit the bill perfectly, my friend. You got it down here.
Thank you.
As a senior, you've already graduated, right?
Yeah.
I see what, you had about 100 kids or something in your class, something like that?
I think it was 99.
99.
Yeah. Just
Remembers
below
it
that.
exactly there, Nick. Right to the button, man, 99. Is that a pretty good sized class? Or?
That's about average for
is it?
Greenview, so.
Okay. So the question I'm going to ask you, of course, you've probably been asked, all right, what are you going to do?
I'm going to Ohio State for civil engineering.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, some of the answers these kids give and what they're studying is just unbelievable. What drew you to that field?
Well, I kind of knew I wanted to solve problems as like a career, which that's kind of where engineering comes in.
Yeah.
And I took an engineering class freshman year, and so we did like a little bit of every type of engineering in that class. I remember we built these robots. We built so we had these little like metal gates and like nuts and bolts. So we built this car with little motors for the wheels, and it could we coded it to be able to drive forward, turn, come back, turn.
My goodness.
And I just really loved that class, and I loved doing everything with it, and that's kind of what drew me towards engineering. I chose civil because I feel like it was the most basic type to start off in.
Okay.
I still haven't decided for sure if I'm going to stick with that.
All right.
My top 4 are civil, mechanical, aerospace, and computer science.
All right. I think we've had 1 or 2 kids in the past that looked at aerospace.
Yeah.
But like you say, you're starting with the basics.
Yeah.
You can work your way up.
I can figure out after my first year if I want to go into this or that, because I'll take a couple classes of different types in my first year, 4 classes. So I'm gonna try to figure out which one I think would best suit me.
I know a lot of students take advantage of the opportunity to maybe take some college courses and stuff while you're in high school. Did you get an opportunity to do that?
My senior year, I took 6 CCP classes altogether.
Really?
Yeah.
Plus your regular classes.
Yeah, I had 2 classes at the high school that I took year round. It was Physics 1 honors and AP Computer Science.
Okay.
And then I took CCP English 1111, 1112 through Clark State. I took American History before and after 1865. And then I took CCP College Algebra and Pre-Calculus, which I had taken those classes in high school, but I retook them so I could refresh my memory before I went into college.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's great. All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
On the award. Looking here real quickly, is there anything else I want to cover? Shows that you're involved with, you were a soup kitchen volunteer. What was that about?
Well, some of the soup kitchen volunteer I did was for NHS, and other times I did it just on my own. I also volunteered at One Bistro in Xenia
Yeah.
a couple times, and I just like to help out when I can. I've given blood 4 times now, so I just like to do stuff like that to try to help out community and stuff.
All right, and I just talked to one of your old bosses here, Tiffany, said you worked with McDonald's?
Yeah,
So
for
you was a good
about 2 years.
You was a good employee.
Yeah.
Tiffany doesn't hand out compliments too often, so if she said he's good, my friend.
You can always come back.
You can always come back. All right, well, once again, we've been talking with, let's make sure we get it right now, Braxton Maculak.
Yeah.
All right. All right. See, I get excited at this age. If I can say kids' names right, I'm in good shape. All right.
I got a pretty weird name.
I'm people know I'm still okay with the brain's functioning. All right. Well, Braxton, like I said, we've seen your name over the years in different sports and so forth. It's been really nice to meet you. Congratulations for the award. Good luck at Ohio State. And if there's a problem that Nick needs help with, something with his cars or something like that, we know the guy to call up, all right? You never know, right?
Absolutely.
All right. But good luck to you. I mean that
Thank you.
sincerely. Appreciate it. Stay right there. We'll talk to your coach, and we'll talk with the head tennis coach at Greenview, Evan Grooms, right after this.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich. You'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba.
Now, your caramel frappe in the morning can earn you a free McChicken in the afternoon. Because every order earns points with new My McDonald's Rewards. Download the app today to start earning free McDonald's.
When we say crispy, juicy, tender, this is the juicy and tender, and this is the crispy. Introducing McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwiches. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, we're back here at the Jeffersonville McDonald's location. As you can see by the background, our studios here for the Epithano McDonald's McSports Saturday Show. With us now is Evan Grooms, the tennis coach at Jamestown Greenview. We just talked to one of his athletes on his team, Braxton. And Evan, you and I, we was talking about this a little before. As soon as you came in the door, I said, he's been here before. Is this what, your third year?
This will be fourth.
Fourth one?
Yeah.
You've had some outstanding young men play under you.
It's boys and girls.
That's right. You're the girls coach too. That's right.
So that's one thing I don't have to worry about with this team is good grades.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
They all do well.
That's one thing the coach has to worry about.
Yep.
Make sure they're eligible.
Yep, definitely.
Talking a little bit with Braxton, you guys were co-champs this year with Cedarville. Is that one of your best seasons with the boys you've had for a while?
Actually, last year was a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
But we were back-to-back champs for Ohio Heritage Conference. Over the last 2 years, the team has been in conference 15-1.
Okay.
So only one loss in 2 years for those guys.
Was that to Cedarville?
It was to Cedarville.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was this year.
Uh-huh.
And then, so they beat us 5-0 the first time. We didn't get one single win. We came back the second time and beat them 3-2.
Okay.
And Braxton was key in that. He was one of the 3 victories that we got to secure our conference championship, co-champs with them. So that was pretty neat.
Obviously, Greenview is Division III, so you have less students to maybe get involved with the tennis program than compared to like some of the bigger schools like Miami Trace, Washington Courthouse, and things like that.
Yeah, a little bit different.
So how do you try to get the kids interested in trying to play tennis?
That's a challenge. One thing we do open courts in the summer. So like once a week, I'll go out to the courts, invite anybody who wants to come out, and beginners, middle school, high schoolers, even elementary school. We get those kids out there, try to teach them a little bit, play some games with them, show them how fun it can be. I tell all the beginners every year, I said, you're taking on one of the most challenging sports out there because it's not just physical, it's mental, it's skill. It's kind of like running and golf put together.
Yeah.
So it is a challenge, but we seem to get a full team every year.
That's good. How many kids do you usually try to carry on a team?
The most we've had with the girls was 14.
Wow.
That was challenging.
Yeah.
I'd like to carry 9 or 10.
Yeah.
This year with the boys, we had 8, so we had one extra player, which came in handy because we had kids missing for college visits, things like that. So it's always nice to have 1 or 2 players to fill in for those kind of things. So
when you look at the OHC and the league itself, how would you grade it?
For tennis or?
Yeah, for tennis. I mean, number one, I guess the reason I asked that was not all the schools, number one, even has a tennis team.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of a limited number, but still.
We do pretty well. Cedarville and Greenview and Cedarville, last couple of years, we've dominated. Actually, last 3 years, Cedarville won it 3 years ago. We won it last year. We're co-champs this year. So we've been doing pretty well to our 2 teams. Greenan's had some good teams. I know the coach there, Kim, she does a good job with those kids. Mm-hmm. They didn't do so well record-wise this year, but they had 20 kids out for it.
Wow.
So their program's looking up. But it's nice, Cedarville and us and Greenview, we've been able to compete with some of the bigger schools in the Dayton area last few years. We lost 3-2 to Dayton Christian this year, which is Dayton Christian always has a very good team.
Yeah.
So, we like to compete with those big boys sometimes. Now, not the Centervilles or the Beaver Creeks, but
Yeah. I don't think anybody over in this area wants to play Beaver Creek and them guys. No.
Yeah.
Now it's the off season. Looking at your team for the boys, how many did you lose?
We're losing 3 seniors this year, including Braxton. So,
Okay.
So we got 5 returning. Need to add some new blood in there.
Right.
But we got a strong core coming back, so it's going to be good.
Even though the boys don't play until the springtime, do you try to encourage them to play as much as they can, especially with the summer months?
Definitely. I try to get them out to come out to open court with us, with me, and I got several that go out on their own and play. The bigger problem for us is they all play other sports. We got one, Ian Reinhardt, who's a very good golfer.
Yeah.
That's his primary passion, but he's also a very good tennis player. But so golf consumes most of his time. Braxton played football. Ashton, he played football and wrestling. He won second place in the state in wrestling.
Yes.
So that consumes their time a lot.
Yeah, I understand, yeah.
But they do get out there sometimes, and we'll hold a 5-season session over in the wintertime over in Sugar Creek. We'll do 5 or 6 team lessons there, so to get them ready for the spring.
Yeah, I know my son, he played tennis at Courthouse, and the wintertime would seem to be the time that everyone would try to get together, like on a Sunday afternoon, go to a club or something like that, like down Chillicothe or whatever, and just, try to play a couple sets and just kind of get loosened up a little bit and trying to get mentally back into the game a little bit. So
timing's everything.
Absolutely. So now the girls will be your first priority when school starts back up. Do they have anything during the summer that they'll be doing, or?
They're doing open courts with us as well.
Okay.
So we just bring them out, and if they want to work one-on-one, we can do that. Usually we just play some games and have some good times.
All right, great. Well, again, thanks a lot for nominating the young people. All 3 of your fellows that you nominated.
It's my pleasure.
I was telling Nick, I said, he has some good ones.
Yeah.
I said, I know he's been having several winners, both the boys and the girls over the years. So, like you say, that gives you one less thing you got to worry about. The kids are hitting the books.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see.
They like to get me up early on Saturday.
Like to get you up on Saturday, so you come out to McDonald's. All right. Well, Evan, thanks a lot for joining us on the program today. We appreciate it. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to another Student Athlete Award winner right after this, here on the Epithana McDonald's McSports Saturday Show.
You thought one napkin for the quarter pounder with cheese was enough. It's not enough. If you went on a road trip and you didn't stop for McDonald's, that wasn't a road trip. It was just a really long drive.
True Stories by real McDonald's customers.
Every morning, I get a coffee from McDonald's and a serenade from Joe.
We were in the drive-thru line, and my son's tooth fell out. Nancy gave him a cup to keep it safe.
It started snowing, and Rachel came out and cleared my windshield so I could see.
My construction crew goes to McDonald's every day. We love Destiny and Andre.
McDonald's crew members are making a difference every day. Tell your crew story at mcdonalds.com.
At McDonald's, making changes to serve you better is what we're made of. So we're working hard to make the food you love even better. That starts with sourcing food responsibly. Real, quality ingredients across our menu. No artificial preservatives, flavors, or hidden colors from artificial sources in true.
We went out the aisle, out the church, right to McDonald's.
In the past 22 years, I've seen a lot of celebrations. Proms,
birthday parties,
weddings.
After the ceremony, we were starving.
The crew, they were just so excited for us.
We got married at McDonald's.
The owner, he let us have our wedding there.
We pull up and it was closed.
We were knocking on the window.
So I let them in. When they come to celebrate, I feel like it's a celebration for me too, because I get to enjoy it and be a part of their day.
All right, we're back here at McDonald's. With us now is the Washington Courthouse Spring Female Student Athlete Award winner. And also, believe it or not, we only got one softball game in this year. It was a good one for you guys. You got your win.
Yeah,
against East
very
Clinton.
good game.
Lily Shaw's with us right now. Lily, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you a senior?
I will be an upcoming senior, yes.
All right. I thought we had 1 or 2 kids that were not seniors. And I got notes here and I couldn't keep it straight. Yeah, you're a junior.
Yep.
GPA 3.8.
Yep.
And looks like you're involved in some school activities. Tell us a little bit about that, would you please?
I'm involved in a lot when it comes to school. I participate in DECA, which is a business competition.
Yes.
I'm part of a youth coalition where we try and keep our school drug-free, also going out to the community and helping. any way we can. You know, I do a lot of sports. I played basketball for a year. I decided to kind of chill back on basketball, focus more on softball. That's what I'm more like confident with.
Yeah.
My sport.
Yeah.
I play volleyball. I will be a senior in volleyball this upcoming year, and then softball. So.
Okay. Folks that have watched us over the years knows DECA's special in my heart because I was in DECA when I was in school, which goes to show you how old it is. And so did Mr.
That's how I
Epifano.
got to be at McDonald's.
Yeah.
For DECA, I would have never went to
So DECA is an out, you know, with us, that's like of course I work with Community Action as well, and Youth Coalition is one of the programs that they do, so I'm glad to see that you're involved with that as well. Kind of a peer program, and let's be honest with you, you know, youth don't need necessarily a parent or grown up always telling them, but it comes better sometimes from a peer that you can work with, so that's good as well. Also, you've been Academy of Scholars.
I have.
Which means you got good grades.
Yes.
That's what we like to see.
Yes.
Now, one of the things that I noticed this year is umpiring local youth softball.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of interesting. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I have a younger sister. She's played in the rec league here in Fayette County, and then also in Stanton, where they travel to Octa, Stanton, Sabina. So I've helped in both the leagues in the past like year and a half.
Okay.
I've umpired down at our little youth rec league here in Courthouse, and then I umpire Stanton and Octa games. So I've always had a passion for softball. So when I got the opportunity to umpire it, I was like, oh, new opportunity, and I took it, and I don't regret it one bit.
That's paying. It's kind of paying it forward a little bit to the younger girls who are watching you. And I'm sure a lot of times umpires will maybe set a student or an athlete aside sometimes as, hey, just give you a little tip here and there and stuff. So that's good. What style of umpiring do you do? Are you one of these, you're into it, all emotions and stuff, or you just strike, ball?
Probably in between. I'm not.
Oh, in between.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I don't just sit back and like very quiet. Like I want them to know like what they're doing, how they got the out. So I feel like I'm a good umpire in that instance.
I know that last season the team had, I think, like 10 or 11 wins.
Yeah.
But you guys, my goodness, you practically lost the whole team.
We did.
Very few kids came back. And, you know, talking to Rick early at the season, we knew that it was going to be a rebuilding year. You guys had some good games.
We did. Very close games.
I looked, there's probably about another 5 to 6 games you guys could have hopefully had won.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you only was able to chalk up that East Clinton win, which, you know, now I'm thinking maybe we should try to come more often.
Right?
Maybe we could have helped you guys a little bit broadcasting the game. But anyway, what were some of the things you learned personally, though, through that experience that hopefully will help you next year, because you're definitely going to be one of the senior leaders?
Right. Coming into this season, we knew like we were a younger team. We lost practically all of our seniors. So coming in, we knew that we had a lot of work to put in. So come January, when winter workouts started, you know, I was one of the ones trying to make sure our freshmen and sophomores were there. Trying to make sure our senior leaders were coming in to make sure they knew what they were doing. Once the season started, we all kind of had a team meeting where it was like, Coach Fusa told us, you know, we're a young team. We have a lot of work to put in, a lot to prove to people. A lot of people counted us out of the season. We had so many close games, and I think if we would have put that extra work in, we could have got them. So I think personally, I just learned like come next year, we really got to put the work in. I learned just to go out and play ball, really. I mean, not worry about the wins and losses.
Okay. Well, you sound like a leader, and that's good.
Yeah.
And hopefully that will carry over to your senior year. So congratulations, a double dip winner. Wow.
Thank you.
You know, so again, she was our star of the game against East Clinton back in March, and also the spring sports female student athlete for Washington Courthouse. Lily Shaw, double winner today, and a guest here on the Mixed Sports program. We'll talk to her coach, Rick Foose, right after this. Stay with us. Coming up in about 40 minutes or so, we'll be talking with members of the Washington Courthouse baseball team as well. But we still got plenty of guests on this show, so stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network.
This is what McDonald's breakfast is made of. This is the egg that goes into an Egg McMuffin. That's the egg being freshly cracked. That's the real butter that goes with the freshly cracked egg on your Egg McMuffin. Delicious. this is a cup of McCafe coffee. McDonald's is committed to sourcing this coffee sustainably. This is you, enjoying your McDonald's breakfast, freshly prepared with real ingredients. That's what we're made of.
No, do not put those French fries into your mouth. Instead, put them directly inside your Quarter Pounder, where they belong. The hottest, juiciest Quarter Pounder yet. It's perfect. Made perfecter. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, back here at the Jeffersonville McDonald's. With us right now is Rick Foose, the Washington Courthouse girls softball coach. Rick nominated Lily among a couple of players I think you had nominated.
Yep.
And she was the one selected by our independent panel of judges for overall with grades and schoolwork and things she does on the field and in the community. So she was a good selection there for you guys. And just talking to her, she's very bubbly.
She is.
Got some leadership abilities and skills there, which definitely going to be important for you guys next year.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, she's a role model to our younger athletes, and you know, she's a kid that you can rely on. It's going to always show up and give you 100% all the time. And I think statistically, I think she led us in most offensive categories. She was our leader in batting average with 320 something, hits with 19, singles with 15. 2 doubles, a triple, a home run. She had like 5 RBIs, but that's understandable because she's our leadoff.
Yeah.
So she didn't lead us in that category, and then she did lead us in runs scored. So
she did the job.
Yeah, she did a great job. Absolutely. And you know, she's called upon to pitch it sometimes, but primarily she's more of a shortstop, third baseman, center field type player for us. So utility.
I know that last year about this time we were talking, and I think you guys said what, 10, 11 wins, something like that.
I think we were 12-9.
12-9, that's it. But we knew with the senior team that you had, it was going to be a pretty decent season.
I said at this very spot right here last year, I said I don't know if we'll win very many next year, and I mean it was we kind of predicted. We saw the future, I guess, because we had 8 seniors last year, 7 seniors the previous year. So, you know, we had 15 kids that we kept in the program, which is a positive.
Yeah.
But then when you lose those 15 kids, 7 and 8, you know, you got a lot to replace. And that's what happened this year. Is I think there was a huge learning curve for us. And, you know, I do think that we'll be a better team next year as a result of that, even though we're losing a couple of key players for us, 4 seniors we had. But, you know, but those guys are players that might have had, those 4 seniors might have had different roles in previous years, and then they just had to step up into a starting role this year. So,
when you look at your team now that you've got a lot all before coming back for next year, and you've gone through the experiences and stuff, what do you want your girls to take from that experience from this season, hopefully to prepare them, I guess, mentally?
Yeah.
Besides physically for next year?
Just the little things like knowing, you know, when to tag up, knowing that if there's a runner on second and the ground ball gets through to the outfield, we're throwing home with it. I mean, little things like that where, you know, maybe in rec ball or at the middle school or younger levels, 12U level, you know, they just kind of let their coach tell them what to do and then they have to react to it. Whereas at the varsity level, you don't have time to react. You really have to know the game, you know, and you can't always listen to your coaches because if you have to wait for your coach to talk, you've lost some precious time, I think.
Right.
And, you know, I think that that's something we had to adapt to this year is we had a lot of kids that played JV ball, and we had some freshmen step in this year. And just the level of play and the speed of the game at the varsity level is totally different than middle school, 14U, or JV level. So.
All right, well, again, enjoy the off season.
Okay, will do.
Your son is part of the state tournament team.
Yeah, still playing. He's still playing.
So during the off season, that's kind of a nice way to be able to kind of have the feel, right? You know, watching your son having that experience and stuff like that. How's your daughter doing?
She's doing great. She's doing tennis down at Shawnee State University.
Right.
She's the #4 seed at singles.
Really?
And then she does bowling also. She's kind of a substitute, but she's on the bowling team, so she's busy every weekend she's traveling somewhere because tennis is in the fall and spring and bowling's in the winter. So keeps her active, and I like it because it keeps her busy and focused on her grades and out of trouble. So
there you go. Good. All right, Rick Foose, the girls softball coach, Washington Courthouse, has joined us here today. Appreciate him stopping by.
Appreciate it, Randy. Thank
showing
you.
his support for Lily. And we'll take a break, and we'll have our next guest coming up right after this.
And I would walk 500 miles and I would mess around acting brand new just to be the man.
Lego. Could I get a number 1 with a Coke? Thanks.
Coming around.
Baby, 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 if I kiss you like this,
Don't stop me,
whisper like that, but it's all coming back to me.
Hi, sir. Oh, excuse me. You're number 1 with the Coke?
Thank you.
Enjoy.
All right.
No, do not put those French fries into your mouth. Instead, put them directly inside your Quarter Pounder, where they belong. The hottest, juiciest Quarter Pounder yet. It's perfect. Made perfecter. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Okay, back here for the McSports Saturday show. With us right now is our third of the 7 selections on the program today. And that, of course, is Delaney Thomas. Delaney is a senior, right?
Yep.
Still can't believe you're a senior, I'm telling you. That's the only thing, Nick, about being around for 40 years. You see these kids growing up, you remember the little small fries and stuff, you know? Now here they are, they're going to college. You're going to Findlay?
Yep.
What made you decide to go there?
Oh, just a lot of things. I love the Findlay, like the city, the community. I love the coach. I'm interested in majoring in math, and they had 5 different math programs.
Really?
Yes, and 100% job placement rate in the math programs.
Whoa.
So that was like right when I started the recruiting process. Like Findlay was my dream school, and it has been for like probably 2 years now.
The Oilers, right?
The Oilers.
All right. I think Dustin Piper played basketball there. We've had a couple of kids go up there and play sports and stuff. So it is a really good program. You've been a little busy in school.
I have. Tell
me all these different organizations and clubs you've been involved with.
So I was in Key Club. I was vice president of National Honor Society, and I was kind of co-president of Art Club.
What'd you do in Art Club?
So we don't do much in Art Club, but we go to the elementary school, try to get more kids in art. We create an art Christmas display, and yeah, we just have a bunch of meetings where we just try to get more people to join art, because we have a lot of people in Art 1, because it's like you kind of have to take Art 1, but not a lot of people who stay with it all 4 years. And we're just trying to grow the art program.
Okay. Well, that's good. The fine arts program and stuff, pardon the pun there, but fine arts programs is something that kids, I think, sometimes really don't look at seriously on how being involved with that part could possibly spruce off into other areas down the road and stuff like that. So that's good. You take some college courses, I'm assuming, as well as regular, right?
Yes.
That seems to be the norm anymore for these kids. What are some of the college courses you've been taking?
So I took statistics, college trig, 2 psychology classes, government or politics, English 1101 and 1102. I took a lot. It ended up being 30 credit hours.
My goodness, girl.
So, and all of those transferred at Findlay. So I should be getting a semester or even a year off at Findlay.
Really? Wow, that's great. Well, I saw a lot of math classes, and then when you said you wanted to get in math, okay, that makes sense. Graduation was a couple weeks ago. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I ended up being one of our classes valedictorians, and yeah,
It was
Did you
a lot
give
of
a
fun.
speech?
I did give a speech.
What'd you talk about?
I talked about, so I was supposed to give advice. So after thanking my peers and my teachers for just giving me an amazing 13 years, my advice was to learn from others, because I realized that I'm in no position to give anyone just great, outstanding advice. So my advice was to learn from others, and I talked about the people I learned from. I learned from my longtime best friend Vivian Jacobson to keep an open mind, and I learned from my dad to serve others, because my dad does so much for our community.
Yeah.
And I learned from our class personally to just persevere through any changes and any struggles that we went through, that we were just able to persevere because we were so adaptable.
That's good. That's good. Someone that didn't want to really give advice, she just gave some good advice, didn't she? So now you're heading to Findlay, you're going to study math.
Yes.
When's classes get started up there?
So move-in is August 10th, and I think classes start the 16th or 15th.
Wow, they start early, like about everybody's getting started early with public schools as well as colleges and so forth. That 100% placement thing, that
really got me.
I'm sitting here like, dang, that is a selling point for a college.
Yes.
You know, like you're guaranteed they're going to put you someplace, so that's great. So you want to teach?
So I'm either looking at actuarial science or engineering.
All right, explain the first one there.
Okay, so actuarial science is the study to be an actuary, if you know what an actuary is.
Let's say I don't.
Okay, so it's a person.
By the look on my face, okay?
So it's the person, kind of like an accountant almost, that assess like interest levels and risk, and like the person who says that I deserve this much, that I should pay this much insurance because I'm a 18-year-old girl compared to you who might be like an older man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They usually work at like hospitals or big like banks or car places, obviously.
Wow, you can go all kinds of places with that. That's good. All right, well, I'm sorry with the way the weather was. We didn't get a chance to get you guys on the air this year, but we've seen you play in the past. You're a good one. You're going to play what, shortstop probably? Or center field?
So for school ball, I primarily play shortstop, but I'm going to college as a catcher.
Really? Okay. Well, that could be interesting. Is that their choice, your choice, or a combination thereof?
So Findlay, they had way too many outfielders. So they needed catchers, and they were not looking for outfielders at all. So I ended up selling myself as a catcher rather than an outfielder. Because, for travel ball, I primarily played outfield.
Okay.
So I'm going in as a catcher, but more as a utility player. So wherever they need me, that's where I'm going to go.
Good attitude. That means you will get to play some. That's what coaches are looking for.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to say goodbye.
Okay.
I'm so sad. These kids just keep graduating and just going off and stuff. Every once in a while, pop in here on a Saturday morning. We might be doing a show. If you do, at least say hi, okay?
Okay.
All right. Delaney Thomas, the Miami Trace Female Student Athlete Award winner. We'll talk to her assistant coach, Todd Wallace, right after this, here on the Epifano McDonald's McSports Saturday Show.
Rayleigh's our great-granddaughter. When she was 6 months old, she was having 30 to 60 seizures a day. Then, last spring, we noticed a bruise on her inside of her thigh. A few days later, they came back with a pathology diagnosis, and it was lymphoblastic lymphoma. Without treatment, death is within 3 to 5 months. You treat her, she's dead. It's that simple. So we're in the hospital, and a lady I've never seen before walks in the room. She said, I'm going to try to get y'all a room at the Ronald McDonald House. I didn't know what that was. I was 66 years old, and the only thing I knew about the Ronald McDonald House was when I went to McDonald's, they had a box sitting by the cash register, and I put money in it. She brought us over here, 1 block from the emergency room entrance of Children's Hospital. Rayleigh's in a wheelchair, and I can push her there in 2 minutes and 12 seconds because I've timed it. Well, we come to know the Ronald McDonald House because in the last 14 months, we've probably spent 100 nights here. But last December, during the night, Rayleigh got sick. Jump out of bed, put her in the wheelchair, and we're racing down the street. We get in the emergency room door. Her temperature in 2 minutes went to 103. She teetered there for 7 hours. And finally her oxygen level in her blood started coming back up. I'm going to say again that we live 3.5 hours away, but we had the Ronald McDonald House, and we were here. If we hadn't been here, the child would have died. I hope your family never needs the Ronald McDonald House. But I want to tell you something. If you do, there's nothing like it. We thank God for it every day.
All right, we're back here on the McSports Show. Just a reminder that we will be having some of the members from the Washington Courthouse baseball team with us in a little bit. We got a late start this morning, so everything's backed up about 15 to 20 minutes. So just bear with us. If you tune in for that, we're still talking now with some folks from Miami Trace, and also we have another guest from Greenview as well. With us right now is Todd Wallace, who's the reserve softball coach at Miami Trace. He's filling in today for Joe Henry, who is out of town due to, unfortunately, a death in the family. Todd, this season, you guys had probably one of your best seasons in quite a while, I think.
Yeah, it was the best season we've had in at least the last 4 or 5 years. We went 8-14. A couple of games, really close, could have went either way. We probably should have been closer to 500. Just how softball is, turn of events, momentum, pitch here and there, few errors, but a young team. This year we fielded a fairly young team. We were only starting 2 seniors. Everyone else on the field were freshmen. So we had 7 freshmen on the field. So it was a great season for what we've had in the last few years. Yeah, you're right.
When you look at the program, like you say, it's probably like any other program. If you can keep a good core of kids together 2, 3, even 4 years, it's eventually got to pay off for the program.
It really does, and the great thing about our program is where the high school program and then Young Cats, which is not affiliated with the school, but it is still part of our program, we kind of teach the same fundamentals and the same programming all the way down to 6th grade. So those kids come up and that core group comes in and they're getting the same fundamentals, and we're running the same kind of offense and defensive things with them. So as they move up, it's the same thing for them. And then they're just moving into older kids and learning to gel together. So yeah, it makes it a lot better. They feed off of each other. They learn to trust each other. They learn to, what strengths and weaknesses and how to pick each other up. It does help.
Coaching the reserve team, that helps you with Joe. Like say, hey, you're playing your game one spot and I'm at the other spot, usually how it works.
Yeah.
But we got a couple of these girls that, you might want to look at maybe calling up toward the end of the season or things like that.
So the way that Joe and I have worked the program the last 2 years, myself being the head JV coach, it was, we saw it more as kind of like a farm team. Like everybody is on the team together. But you can move at any time from the JV to the varsity, and you can move from the varsity to the JV. And we did that with pitchers, and some some of our kids with batting to get their confidence level back up. But we move kids back and forth. If you're on the reserve team at Miami Trace, that doesn't mean you're there all season.
Right.
If you earn that spot and that right to get there, we will put you up there and give you the opportunity. And we did that several times with different kids this year.
And that's good to see because, again, that gives the kids motivation note, hey, I'm not stuck here.
Right.
You know, I should be on that varsity. Okay, well, if you show that you can play varsity, you're going to have a chance.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about this one young lady, 4-year starter for you, Delaney Thomas. I guess it's 3 years. She missed a season because of COVID, right?
Yeah, she's one of our COVID kids. She come out her freshman year. She was definitely going to be on the field for us her freshman year. Probably would have started either as a catcher or left field for us.
Right.
Then COVID happened, of course, and summer off and the whole 9 yards. 3-year letterman, very decorated. Leader on and off the field. Delaney is a kid that, as far as a coach, I've been very close to. Just to see her prosper and where she's going and heading on to Findlay, I think that's a great fit for her. She needed a program to go to that was going to challenge her, because she's one of those kids. A lot of people would never see this. You get a phone call as a coach at 8:30 at night, and she's at the Y doing batting practice.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, with herself.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, you're right. Well, I know that Joe on the nomination.
Yeah.
He brought up 2 different examples that after the end of the season she had a really good season, and she's calling the coach up, says,
"Yeah,
hey, when can I start training more again for the next season?"
Yes.
And he says, that just speaks well of her. She's always trying to continue to improve her game and stuff. And that's good because, like she just mentioned, she's going to be playing a different position going to college.
Yes.
So she's going to have to put some effort in there.
So she is, her natural position as catcher. She can play anywhere on the field. I helped in part of the recruiting process with Findlay, and the coach was very inquisitive of the fact that we were selling her as a catcher.
Right.
And for our program, she didn't catch very much.
Right.
We had cadence. And so he was like, he asked, why do you think she's such a good fit? And I said, because she's gritty and she's determined. And she's also a mentor. We have a young lady that's been with us 2 years, and this past year, as a catcher, Delaney took her under her wing and would work with her after practice for half hour, an hour at a time on her catching position.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That leadership skills.
Skills that you don't have to teach.
Right.
Yeah.
You hate to say it, but you either got it or you don't have it.
That's true.
I mean, maybe you can teach some kids into being leaders, but the natural leaders.
The natural leader that has a calm ability to communicate in a way that, as a coach, you can't.
Right.
Just peer to peer.
Right. All right. Well, I want to thank Todd for stopping by and talking to us today a little bit about softball. Or maybe have him back in the fall, talk a little bit about golf.
Yeah. Probably will.
Yeah.
Should be.
You lost a good one there in Libby a couple of years ago. But
lost her and Alyssa and rebuilding now, but we have looks like we have 18 kids coming out for golf.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep. So strong program and looking forward to golf season.
All right. Well, we'll talk to Todd about that in the fall time as well. Yeah. All right. Assistant coach and head reserve coach at Miami Trace softball program, Todd Wallace, joined us here. We still got 3 more kids to talk to and their coaches. Stay with us. We'll be talking to Washington Courthouse kids as well in about 20-25 minutes. Stay with us. We're running behind, but we'll get caught up, I promise. We told them just go get some breakfast. If you can feed the kids, we should be okay, Nick. You know what I'm saying? So we'll take a break. We'll be back right after this. With us now is one of our star of the game selections. That's, of course, from Miami Trace, Gage Stuckey. Gage, of course, was picked star of the game for the contest against Adena back on May the 11th, I believe the date was. Gage, tell us about your season overall. How did things go for you guys this year?
We started off kind of slow during our scrimmages, and then once the first game picked up, we started rolling, and we struggled hitting the ball kind of throughout the whole year, but it got us through most of the year pretty good, and our defense was great the whole year, and yeah.
How'd you do personally?
Pitching was really good, and then I started off really slow hitting, and once we got to conference play, I started hitting really well.
How much preparing for an opponent that you guys do? I mean, high school probably doesn't do a lot of scouting among other teams and stuff, do they? Or
no, we only really scout big is Courthouse and Jackson, and the other games we do scout a little bit, but not like we do the other two.
I'm going to say the Dina team, they came in, they had knocked off White Oak the night before, who was ranked #1 in the state. So you kind of had to know that they were probably a little bit hyped and stuff like that. And they thought, well, we can get a win against Miami Trace. It really would help our program. So what was the coach's strategy? What was your strategy going into that game?
You know, so we knew that they had a lot of momentum and energy coming in, so we had to just do our thing, hit the ball, and play defense behind us.
When you look at your game, what are areas that you felt that you improved in as the season progressed?
Definitely hitting the ball, and just we all came together. Like, we struggled kind of at the beginning of the season, like nobody was like at the same pace, and then we started just clicking, and everything just started to work.
Is that because of maybe the inexperience of your team? Because you guys lost some seniors last year.
Yeah, we had a lot of young guys, so it kind of just we had to like kind of break them in. So it just took them a little bit, but we got it going.
Are you a junior or senior?
I was a sophomore last year. I'll be a junior.
Wow, he's younger than I thought he was. So you're going to be a junior this year.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good that you had a good sophomore season then. So now you're going to be among the leaders again, now being a junior and stuff. Has Coach Smith talked to you, or any of the coaches talked to you, like, hey, during the off season we want you working on these things, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, they're going to put me like a workout plan and just help me improve on everything I can.
Now, do you play other sports?
Football and basketball.
Okay, you play receiver or defensive side?
Receiver and defensive back.
Okay, basketball you are a?
Well, I played freshman year, and then I skipped out sophomore year to try and gain weight and help with baseball. But I think I'm going to go back to basketball this year again too.
Okay, good, good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you out there on the basketball court, shooting 3-pointers, winning ball games.
Yeah.
No pressure, Gage. No pressure at all. Okay. Even though you're going to become a junior, have you even thought in the back of your mind, would you like to maybe go to college, play baseball?
Yeah, I've thought about that a lot.
Has anybody contacted you, or is?
I've got a few relationships with some schools. So yeah.
Okay, good. Well, Gage Stuckey was our player or star of the game. That was against Adena in May. Wish him the best of luck during the off season. We'll see you at football time, I guess, huh?
Yep.
It's going to be here before you know it, man.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be talking to another baseball player from Miami Trace, Dylan Heyer, who won not one, but 2 awards. We'll talk to him right after this.
Can I get a hamburger? Look at extra ketchup, but no pickles.
Actually, pickles. 1 vanilla cone and a sweet tea. Hot chocolate.
Your largest coffee.
I'm gonna need like
10 egg McMuffins, please.
1 hamburger Happy Meal.
Make that 2.
Make that 3.
A Sprite, and what else? Oh, and one more thing. 10-piece McNuggets, barbecue sauce.
You've been loyal. We want to reward that. Introducing My McDonald's Rewards. Now every order earns points redeemable for free McDonald's.
If you're ordering McDonald's and your friend says they don't want fries, get them the fries. Or else your fries will be their fries. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, back here on the Saturday McSports program with us right now is Dylan Heyer. Dylan was the star of the game against Washington Courthouse April 29th, and also was our spring sports male student athlete for Miami Trace program this year. So
Glad to be here.
double ones, man. You just having problems there for pictures, trying to hold both of those, weren't you?
Yeah, I didn't know how to hold them. It was a little awkward.
It's a good thing Coach didn't see you. And I go, wait a minute, we're gonna have to practice some baseball there to you. So get that glove down.
Yeah.
You played in the infield?
I was catcher.
Well, that's the infield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess so,
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You got to remember, Dylan, I've got about 4 or 5 teams I'm trying to remember where everybody's playing at. So I got it general-wise. You had a lot of responsibility as the catcher this year, and you kind of had a relatively new pitching staff. I mean, you lost some seniors from last year's squad. What were some of the things that you had to kind of work with the kids? I mean, I'm sure all the pitchers have different styles and things like that.
Yeah, I think all the kids this year did pretty good. I mean, a lot of them were younger, but I think for the most part, they were all pretty accurate. I mean, it wasn't too hard having to block. I mean, they made it pretty easy on me, especially for being like such a younger crew. I mean, we had a lot of freshmen.
Yeah.
I mean, like Cam Morton did awesome. I mean, Gage is still pretty young.
Yeah.
But he's real good. So yeah.
I'm going to say the Morton boy, I was very impressed at the times I got to see him. He's only a freshman, so.
He's got a lot of room to build.
Yeah, you do. Senior?
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to remember what class everybody's in.
Yeah.
So as a senior, overall, the last 3 to 4 years, the program has had 15 plus wins and stuff. So you guys are always in contention for the title.
Yeah.
And you got the veteran coach there, Coach Smith, over 400 career wins and so forth. I'm sure he's got his own style.
Oh yeah, it's definitely different. Coach Smith's like a small ball type of guy, so I mean a lot of these coaches now are set on hitting bombs. And I mean, Coach Smith's about little things in the game that a lot of coaches kind of forget about nowadays.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's the thing covering Rob all these years. When he was at Courthouse and then of course now at Trace, that's his style. You know that if he gets a guy on base, you guys are going to be trying to advance the runner up. You're going to try to steal, especially third base if it's open. You're going to try to do a lot of stealing toward third base, hit and run, things like that. It's like you say, the fundamentals that kids forget about and stuff. How's that helped you as a ball player, though, having that style that you've been having to grow into?
I mean, like I said, a lot of teams don't do that, so they're missing out on key parts of the game. I mean, most kids are probably trying to hit home runs, and I mean, Coach Smith kind of makes you slow down. I mean, he'll give you a hit and run, bunt, fake bunt, anything. I think we had probably 20 different signs this year, and I mean, they were all fakes, like butcher boys, so like you fake a bunt and you pull back and slap it over the third baseman's head. I mean, he just thinks about a lot of things that a lot of people don't think about. So I think that kind of helps us all as ball players, kind of get us advantage on the people who don't know that kind of stuff.
Yep. Tell us a little bit about your classroom activities. What are some of the things you were involved in?
Not much. I mean, I only had one class this year, and the rest of the time I just worked. I was in like a work-study program.
Okay, hold on. Let's back up here a little bit. As soon as you said no class, I'm thinking, wait a minute, hold on. But the thing is like you say, you got the work program that you can get credit for and stuff like that. Where are you doing that?
I was at Written Industries in town throughout my senior year, and then just now I switched over to BT, directional drilling, like underground boring for like conduit and stuff like that. But yeah, I wasn't ever really involved much in the academic part of stuff.
But you got enough credits and stuff before this year that you're eligible to graduate, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I got 6 credits for the work program, and I was there for a period. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Gives you a good chance to see what real life's about.
Yeah. Gives you a head
and not
start.
every kid that plays sports in high school is going to be able to, or can go to college and play. So you got to have that everyday experience and stuff like that. What have you learned from that, though?
I mean, just I think a lot of kids don't get an advantage like that. Like they don't see what it's like to go to work every day. I mean, I wasn't working a lot of hours with baseball and football and stuff like that, but it still kind of gives you like a perspective on how life's going to be after you graduate. I mean, I'd rather do that than go into it like cold turkey, so I know a little bit more about it than
it teaches you the responsibilities and stuff like that.
How to budget your money.
Yeah, but that helps you also in the sports area as well. the responsibilities and stuff. But you got a lot of responsibilities as a catcher. You know, you're kind of like almost another coach on the field at times.
Yep.
So
exactly.
things like that. So you're just going to continue with the work efforts?
I don't think I'm going to continue my baseball career, but I think I'm going to keep going to the workforce and doing stuff like that.
All right, well, good.
Yeah, school doesn't interest me. I want to play baseball, but I don't want to get to school. So.
I don't blame you. You go out there and play all the time, go for it. You know? Well, anyway, working experience will help you. Hey, things can come down the road. You know, schools are always open for volunteers from the community can come in and help coach or volunteer coach. So might be some things down the road that, you know, coach might call you up one day and said, hey, why don't you come out here and help us a little bit? You never know.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
Sure.
But congratulations for
Thanks
the honors.
for having me.
No problem. We're glad to have you with us. You know, I never don't recognize you too much because every time I see you, you're always crouched out in front of me with a mask on your face. And it's like, who is that guy? Now we know. One final question. What was it like playing with your brother this year?
My brother? Oh, that's not my brother.
That's not your brother?
No, everyone thinks that, but we're not even related.
But you got the same last name?
Yeah. Wow. It's an odd last name,
Really?
too. Yeah.
No relation at all? Well, that's kind of a scary thing, you know? You got another hire on the team and you're not even relative.
Yeah, you don't even hear a bunch of hires around here.
Well, that's true. That's why I was like, you know,
it's got to be.
It's got to be his brother, you know.
Yeah, no.
Well, if you ever listen to any of the tapes of the games and I say that's your brother out there, just forget about it. Said Young didn't know. Congratulations, my bud.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, we'll have your coach coming up right after this. Hold on.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese.
In case you're wondering, this is not Rob Smith.
Yep.
Coach, reintroduce yourself to everybody.
Coach John Phillips.
All right, John Phillips is with us right now. John, I think, filled in a couple times for Rob, so you know the team.
Yep.
We talked to a couple fellows there, Gage and Dylan, two key members of your squad. Let's talk about Gage first of all. He's going to be able to come back for the next couple of years. What about his game?
We're excited. Very good pitcher. Brings a lot to the table. I told him got to put some weight on.
Yeah.
But he's very good. He's got D1 capabilities. Very good curveball. Took him a little while to get going at the plate, but that happens when you don't hit all summer. So he plays on a very good travel team. So he doesn't hit. He just pitches. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it takes him a little while to get going in high school baseball, but he's going to be. We look for him to have a pretty good couple more years. So.
When can you guys officially start off season?
It's usually not till after Labor Day.
After Labor Day.
Yeah.
All right, so there'll be plenty of time.
Yeah.
Of course, he's playing football and he's talking about now basketball, so that's going to keep him busy too. But hopefully, he'll be able to sneak in some time there as well.
Yeah.
Of course, your catcher, Dylan.
Yeah.
Again, with the work program and so forth this year, he had an experience. He said, kind of find out what the real world's like.
Yeah.
And he was very honest. Some students, they do okay in class, but you look at the overall picture. If you don't think you have a chance to play sports, you want to take advantage of that work experience. And I told him I thought that helped him bring that to the ball field.
Yeah. He originally was committed to play baseball, and then he kind of decided that this kind of want to go work. So he's been with us since he was a freshman, even though we didn't get to play during the COVID year.
Yeah.
So he's got to be around those guys like Dylan Bernard and Dalton Mayer, those guys that they really started what we started in the weight program when I started with Rob. and he's bought into it and been a real hard worker, a real good leader for us, and I think that'll really help him in life. He knows how to lead, he knows how to work, and that work program, I think, really, he started his own business. We always gave him some stuff for that, and the kids always gave him some stuff, but it'll help him. He's
power washing, isn't it?
Yep, power washing.
His own business.
Yep. I believe Rob Smith told him at the beginning of the season he was going to get it put on the back of his jersey. get him some advertisements.
There you go. That's good.
He's a good kid, though. He's a good kid.
Yeah, he seems like it.
Yep.
When you look at the season you guys had, Courthouse is having an unbelievable season.
Yeah.
Jackson had a pretty good year. You guys came in third.
Yeah.
Considering the youth that you had, and I was really surprised. We did a couple of your games. How much youth you guys really had overall? You guys had to be pretty pleased with the way the season ended up going for you.
Yeah, a lot of what we talked about at the beginning of the season is a lot of people, we've had very good teams, but a lot of people expect us to maybe be 500.
Yeah.
With the inexperience we had. A great deal of that is the leadership we had from Cole Little and Dylan Heyer.
Yeah.
They led us, and we've got a lot of young guys, but we were very pleased. 18 wins on a season.
That's good.
That's a great season, and considering you play Courthouse, who's won the regional finals, going to the state Final Four. You face their ace twice in 1 year.
Yeah.
Tanner Lee Master. I mean, I've worked with Tanner for a while with football and stuff, so he's a great kid, and kudos to him. But yeah, it was a great season considering what we had, and look to keep building on that. We're a young program, got a lot of sophomores coming back, good deal of juniors with Gage and Evan Colgrove, and then Brady Armstrong, senior, and a couple other guys that'll be seniors that we look to use.
Well, you got two freshmen out there, Morton and
Cooper Enix.
Yes, Enix boy.
Yep. And
I'm telling you, those two kids, I saw them twice, and I'm telling you, they are athletes.
Yeah. Also, Jamison Heyer played a lot for us there at the end of the season in center field when Gage pitched, and we've got a lot of guys that are coming in as sophomores. They're going to be very good. Got some good talent coming in the freshman class also, so we look to just keep building on it. So.
All right, great. Well, Coach, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, no problem.
I see Rob. I'll tell him you did a great job.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Coach John Phillips with us from the Miami Trace baseball program. Join us. We have one more guest. We still will be doing the Courthouse program, so hang in there. We'll get caught up, but we just want to make sure that we get everybody recognized. So we'll be back with you right after this. Sadie Trisel? Trissel.
Yes.
I knew I was going to say it that, and I thought that's the other one, and I messed up. Oh man.
That's
All right.
okay.
Sadie's with us right now. Sadie, have you won this award before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I think you've been nominated though for it. Basketball and volleyball?
Volleyball, yes.
All right, so I know you've been nominated a few times, so. Well, I'm glad you got a chance to make it finally. Sorry it took till your senior year, but.
No, that's okay.
All right,
that's
tell us a little bit about your season this year at softball.
It went pretty well. Compared to all the seasons in the past, all of our seniors, we got together and we were like, well, let's just have a fun year, no drama or anything. Let's just go out there and have a blast. And that's exactly what we did. I think we finished 12-9, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Saw you.
Yeah, and every other season, like in the past, we've been having like a losing record. It was just really bad, but this season we really turned it around, and we had a lot of fun.
How many seniors were on your team?
3.
3, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like coach is going to have to totally rebuild.
Right.
But so that's good. Tell us about the Ohio Heritage Conference. Who are some of the teams that you guys maybe kind of have a local rivalry with through the years?
Well, Cedarville, obviously, because
Yeah.
Greenview and Cedarville, but we did good against them. But Southeastern is really good at softball, too. So that's who we were kind of fighting with to the end to see who was going to get first in the conference. They ended up winning both times against us, but it was good competition for sure.
Stat-wise, I looked at some of the information that was sent in about you by your coach, and you had really an outstanding season. Tell us a little bit about that.
It was good. It was good. I went into the season thinking, let's just have fun at the plate, catching and everything, and that's exactly what I did.
I got you, at least the stats that I was sent, you were up to bat 54 times. She got 31 hits. That's a .660 batting average. That's just unbelievable. You had 10 doubles, 2 triples. You were 5th in the Southern Division with 31 RBIs. You had 5 stolen bases. And you went out and sold some popcorn between the innings. So you had a little bit of something going on, didn't you? But yeah, that's an unbelievable. You graduated, what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
It's been so long, you just forgot about it, huh?
Well, I wasn't actually at my graduation. I was in Greece.
Whoa,
So
hold on.
I
I didn't know about this. Tell us about that. I got to hear this story.
So my sister goes to Wittenberg, and through her volleyball team, they went to Greece to play.
Yeah.
And that's also where I'm going next year. I'm going to Wittenberg to play volleyball too. So it would be a good opportunity to be with the girls and everything. So I skipped my graduation to go to Greece.
Wow. You still got the diploma though, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I haven't picked it up yet. I haven't picked it up. But
as far as you know, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your activities when you were at school instead of being the world traveler here. What were some of the things you were involved with?
I was in Green Club. It's like a recycling thing. I was in National Honor Society, Ramtourage, like our little student section for Greenview. And just class, I guess.
Okay. Well, it keeps you busy.
Yeah, definitely.
You played several different sports.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Braxton, and you were among the 9 highest ranked kids in your class or something?
Yeah.
I was reading an article in the Xenia paper this morning about that, and I looked at something and says, well, they're going to be at the show today. How about that? They must be really, really smart. And they are. So you say you're going to Wittenberg.
Yep.
You're going to play volleyball.
I am, yeah.
What are you going to study?
Biology.
Oh, these kids, I'm telling you. What drew you to biology?
Well, I really like science, and I want to be a surgeon, so I needed something pre-med.
You want to be a surgeon?
I do.
What kind?
Maybe neuro, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get older, but...
Wow. I may have to look her up in another 5 or 6 years. You know, I'm getting up there in age. So. All right, well, congratulations. Thanks for you and your mom holding on there a little bit. I know,
it's okay.
I know you had kind of in there at the last slot, but that's the unfortunate thing about doing all these interviews. Somebody's got to go last.
Yeah,
and
it's
just
okay.
rotation came up. But hopefully you will enjoy your career at Wittenberg.
Thank you.
Looks like you got a good start getting to go to Greece. That's a pretty good start.
Definitely.
What was it in Greece that you liked the most?
Well, we went to Santorini, and that was beautiful with like the white houses with the blue roofs.
Okay.
And we saw volcanoes. It was so cool. It was so cool.
How long was you there?
We were there for 10 days.
Okay. Well, good. That way you got a good enjoyment time to be there.
Yeah.
Instead of flying in 3 days later, you're out. You can't really enjoy it. All right. Well, congratulations on your award, your high school career, and in your college efforts, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're going to talk to her coach, and then we're going to wrap show 1 up, but then we're going to go right straight into show 2. So stay with us right here on the McSports Saturday Show. with us now is Chris Reno, who's been with us several times over the last several years on the program. He is, of course, the softball coach at Greenview, right?
Yep.
Did you get a promotion or anything that you know of?
No, still coach.
How long have you been coaching the softball program?
5 years now.
5 years.
So, yep.
This is one of your best seasons you guys have had for a while, hasn't it?
It was. We did a lot better this year than obviously last year. We won. I think we were 12-9 final record, but yeah, we did a lot better than I anticipated at the beginning of the season. What we had, so we did good.
Well, you got players like Sadie you offer the senior leadership and so forth, and a lot of times that's a big factor in a team's success is how your senior leadership goes.
It is. Seniors were a lot better this year as well. Attitude was great. We had a lot of fun. You know, I hate to see them go for sure. That was a good group of girls.
I look at your team, and you've got. I looked at the stats. I'm a stat guy.
Right.
So I looked on the Heritage Conference website, looking at like your pitching stats and hitting stats. You still got a good group of juniors, sophomore, and even freshmen coming back that you're going to be able to build upon this year's success for the years to come.
Correct. I don't lose any pitchers. I'll still have both my pitchers next year. They continually improve over the year, confidence-wise and location-wise. We hit the ball real well this year, though, too. That's what was a big shock to me. I think we hit 400 as a team for the year.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
So we were actually third in the OHC overall for a team batting average. So we hit the ball real well this year, which helped us out tremendously. Our fielding percentage was a lot better this year. We committed a lot less errors. So overall, as a team, we did great.
I know that we talked a little bit with Rick from Washington Courthouse, and you know, one of the things that he said that, you know, a younger team sometimes they just got to learn the basics. You know, what base to throw to, and you know, if you see somebody on base, how to go from maybe first to third on a hit, things like that. Did you see improvement in that area this year, or is that things that you're hoping that your kids will pick up from this year to go for next year?
So base-wise, we still got a lot to learn, how to run bases better. It's not taught real well in the younger programs like it should be, because it's a lot different in high school. But we have a lot to learn there, but they're willing to learn, and they receive all the information well. So the younger groups will come up and be strong for us.
Coachability is probably one of the main things, and I'm sure that this young lady that we honor today has been very coachable over their 3 years that she's been able to play for you.
Yes, she has. Great attitude all the way around. She was willing to help anybody on the team. They had questions. She was there for them. So it's going to be a big miss. We'll hate to miss her.
Well, she's got, it looks like a good future plan for her, play volleyball.
She does.
I know she's an outstanding volleyball player.
Yep.
And I'm glad she had a chance. That's 660 though. I looked at that, figured out, I said, it's 6 in the morning. Let me look at it. Yeah, 660. Yeah. That's very, very impressive.
She did well. She didn't get as many doubles and triples this year as she did in the past, but on base and RBIs, she did very well for us. So she was our leader in RBIs for the year. So that's going to be a big miss next year with all them RBIs lost.
Now, do you coach other sports?
I do not.
All right. So you're going to be trying to get the girls to try, if they got a chance to play for travel team or whatever, try to do it this summer, right?
Yeah, we got what, 4 girls in travel right now. I'm trying to get the other girls to stay maintained at least throwing wise and conditioning wise over the summer if they're not playing. So.
Okay, great. Well, who knows? We might be talking to you again next spring. You may have another winner.
Yep, be great.
All right, good enough.
Good talking to you.
Joining with us, Chris Reno, the Greenview girls softball coach. We'll do a real quick wrap up, and then we're going to go straight into the courthouse show. So stay with us right here from the Jeffersonville McDonald's program.
What is your McCafe coffee made of? 100% sustainably sourced ground and whole bean coffee. Behind every cup, McDonald's is working to support farmers and their local communities, protect the environment, and promote responsible practices from the farm to your cup. So your McCafe coffee is more than a good way to start your morning. It's helping ensure a sustainable supply of coffee for future generations. 100% sustainably sourced coffee. That's what we're made of.
All right, so that wraps up the first of our 2 segments. Again, recognize our student athletes and some of our Star of the Game Award winners from Washington Courthouse, Greenview, and Miami Trace. So we want to welcome and thank all those kids and the coaches for coming on today. Perfect. What we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for 6. Perfect. Spring sports sometimes, vacations and graduations and so forth. But everybody showed up today, and we appreciate it. Now we're going to get ready, and we're going to do the Washington Courthouse baseball program. We've got a couple of winners from there, and we will take another break. And when we come back, we'll start talking to them. Stay with us right here on the Epifala McDonald's Saturday McSports Show.
Rayleigh's our great-granddaughter. When she was 6 months old, and she was having 30 to 60 seizures a day. Then, last spring, we noticed a bruise on her inside of her thigh. A few days later, they came back with a pathology diagnosis, and it was lymphoblastic lymphoma. Without treatment, death is within 3 to 5 months. You treat her, she's dead. It's that simple. So we're in the hospital, and a lady I've never seen before walks in the room. She said, "I'm going to try to get y'all a room at the Ronald McDonald House." I didn't know what that was. I was 66 years old, and the only thing I knew about the Ronald McDonald House was when I went to McDonald's, they had a box sitting by the cash register, and I put money in it. She brought us over here, 1 block from the emergency room entrance of Children's Hospital. Rayleigh's in a wheelchair, and I can push her there in 2 minutes and 12 seconds because I've timed it. Well, we come to know the Ronald McDonald House because in the last 14 months, we've probably spent 100 nights here. But last December, during the night, Rayleigh got sick. Jump out of bed, put her in the wheelchair, and we're racing down the street. We get in the emergency room door. Her temperature in 2 minutes went to 103. She teetered there for 7 hours. And finally her oxygen level in her blood started coming back up. I'm going to say again that we live 3.5 hours away, but we had the Ronald McDonald House, and we were here. If we hadn't been here, the child would have died. I hope your family never needs the Ronald McDonald House. But I want to tell you something. If you do, there's nothing like it. We thank God for it every day.
All right, we're back here now with the second part of our student, athlete, and Star of the Game show. We had, I don't know how many guys came up here, about 10, 15?
Yeah.
All right, so we had some kids come up. Had 11 kids altogether?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we did invite whoever could show up for breakfast this morning. Now they got the breakfast, they take off, because I guess they don't want me interviewing them, so oh well, that's life, I guess. One of the guys we are going to interview, of course, is the lefty himself, Titus Joe Nuxall Watts. You've probably never been called Joe Nuxall, have you?
No.
Do you know who Joe Nuxall is?
I don't.
You don't know who Joe Nuxall is? Oh my goodness.
They're not that old.
Well, that's right. I keep remembering these young bucks, you know. All right. Well, he was a good left-hander with the Reds.
Oh, he was? Okay.
He was a broadcaster like for 40-some years with Marty Brenneman.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Marty Brenneman?
Oh, welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Joe used to do ball games with me.
Okay.
All right. He would always call it, says, you do the post-game show, he said, this is the old left-hander around the third heading for home. So our ages have just got shown up real good time.
I guess so.
Titus is, of course, graduating, or has graduated this year.
Yep.
Now is on borrowed time, giving the school some of his experience and talents to take him to the Final Four. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good. I mean, we got more to do, but you know, last night was a huge piece for our program and just us on a whole, and just showing people what we can do. So, you know, beginning the game, we're like, hey, let's get this one in, do it for each other, and you know, bring one back. So, I think next step is just focus on Friday right now and getting ready for that. Just being focused.
Of course, you guys got to the Sweet 16 last year, and you can tell the way the guys played. I mean, let's be honest with you. You got from St. Charles, wasn't it? Who'd you guys play last year?
Hartley.
Hartley, yeah.
Hartley.
I can't keep these games straight.
You're cool.
After 2,000 games, you know, they all start running together at times.
Yeah.
But anyway, that pitcher was a very good pitcher. But you guys you came so close sometimes, but you didn't get the win. I guess the feeling was, did that leave such an empty feeling with you guys? Because you really thought you had a good chance, maybe even getting to the Elite Eight?
Yeah, well, I gotta be honest with you. The bus ride there it was so like, hey, we just run one districts. We haven't done that in forever, and
right.
It was kind of like I don't know. We felt a little complacent, which kind of like this year, like it's different. We know what to do, and hey, we don't want to make the same mistake we did last time. So I feel like this year's just, you know, we got guys back. I'm not injured. We got John, he's healthy, and we got a couple other guys that are really swinging it well right now and throwing it well. So I feel like we're just stronger as a whole too. Our chemistry's a lot better, and I feel like there's more of like a, hey, I want to play for each other and the guy beside me, instead of like, hey, it's just me and I'm getting mine. So I felt like last year we had a good chemistry, but we were a little disconjointed in some parts. And this year I feel like we're just like, we just love each other and we're just playing for each other. It's fun. Like we're just having fun. So we got to keep doing, staying loose.
You mentioned the fact that last year you kind of had to grind it out with the injury to your hip and things like that. And anybody that saw you pitch from your sophomore year to last year knew there was something going on there, the way you was grimacing all the time.
Yeah.
Now that you had the surgery during the off season, what were some of the rehab things that you had to go through?
I didn't do much rehab. It was more of just like going in, getting bone out, and then I had to just rest. I probably did a month and a half or 2 months of rehab, but it was quick.
Okay.
They said it would usually take 3 to 5, but I was out of there pretty quick. They were like, I think it was probably after the 3rd week, I did a pistol squat, and my trainer was like, well, you probably shouldn't do that, but it's good to know you can.
Yeah.
And she was like, all right, well, it's not gonna take that long, I guess. So yeah, it was good. Fast rehab, and then I just started to pop some numbers, and everything went well. And I was like, hey, I feel good. Let's go. It's time to go.
You signed with Bowling Green very early, and we're seeing more and more of that. Kids, they're sophomore, even before they get in the junior year, they're already committing to college and stuff like that. That relieves a little pressure off of you. But I'm sure Bowling Green has stayed in touch with you through this whole episode, right? As far as last year and this year and so forth.
Yep, they came to the last Jackson game I threw, and you know, they really liked what they saw. So, you know, after this, I'm really looking forward to going and play there and competing with those guys. I've had a couple of them reach out, and seems like they're really friendly and, you know, good people. So I'm looking forward to it. But state first, so it's the biggest goal. Got to worry about that, and then everything else after.
Okay, I'll get back to state in just a second. I want to talk one more question about college here.
Cool.
Why did you choose Bowling Green?
Man, just good campus. Love the coaches. You know, Mac produces pitchers, and Coach Hollick. You know, just I believe what he could do for me in the future means a lot. So, because I want to play after college, and yeah, so I just felt like it was a good fit.
Now, for folks that may be familiar, that made trips to Toledo and stuff, you can see the ball field right on 75, right? Is that where the ball field's at?
You can see the football field.
Okay.
It's close, though.
Oh, okay, that's right, football field. Okay, I knew there was one other places. So you guys are kind of behind it a little bit.
A little bit.
Well, I was going to tell folks, you know, you can always just park off the side of 75 and watch the game.
It's easy to get to, too.
But yeah,
so.
you probably want to go and do that. I want to get in trouble, aren't I? Nick's like, I don't know what he's ever going to say. He's going to get me in trouble eventually. All right, we talked about Bowling Green. We've talked about this season. What were the emotions going to what I call the Valley?
Valley.
You guys,
Oh, do you?
had no.
Oh.
Down at Ohio Dominican. Everybody keeps talking about you had to go down a hill or something.
Oh my goodness. So. What
you
is
guys
it?
all
I
got
think
your
it was-
cardio in early, didn't you?
Yeah, we definitely got activation, some warm up. It was probably Wednesday. I went up there for a little chiropractor appointment just to get adjusted and get checked out. It's just my routine. I was like, might as well just stop over there. And I didn't realize it was like that much of a valley. Like there's this, it was pretty big. And I was like, guys, we're gonna have a little workout before we get there. I was like, it's gonna be fun. So at least it was nice. They had some golf carts and they took some of the elderly around, and it was kind of cool. But yeah, for the players, it wasn't that fun in the beginning. It does feel good when you win and you go walk back up it, though. I'll tell you that. So it's like victory steps. But
how much scouting do you guys do for your opponents?
Not much. We just go play.
Okay.
Yeah, just go play. I think it just comes down to our pitching's so good that and credit to Coach Yazel, he does a great job calling pitches and keeping people off balance. But I think I make him a little mad because I shake a little bit too much. but yeah, I think for us it's just going out there and competing and just being better than the guy in front of you and just playing your butts off. So we don't do a whole lot of scouting. We just trust that we're going to be all right and play our game. So.
Okay, 2 more questions. I'll let you go. The first one's going to be this: you talk about good chemistry this year. You got a really good mix of senior leadership, but underclassmen.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Will showed that yesterday pitching, and then you brought the guy from the bullpen, Mr. AJ, in, and he did his job.
Flamethrower.
As soon as he got in, I said, "That's it, man. They're done. They're going to state. AJ's not going to lose this one."
No.
But what I'm saying is, Coach Schwartz knows he's going to lose you. He's going to lose Tanner. He's going to lose AJ. But he's got Will. He's got a couple other kids that can come in and stuff like that. My thing is, as a senior, you kind of know you're going to be in the starting role. You're going to be in that rotation. You and Tanner are probably going to be 1, 2, things like that. But how much do you try to share with some of the younger guys?
As much as I can. Yeah. I just try to help these guys out as much as I can, and in game make sure they know where they're going and what they're doing, and especially in the off season. I think we took Evan this past year to the dugout, which it's in Columbus, and to go train, and a couple guys just to go hit, like, hey, let's get stuff in, let's do stuff, and I'll usually just try to help out there with their swings or whatever, and just a lot of reps, because in high school, like, you got guys playing basketball and other sports, and just trying to keep that touch back and that feel. So I feel like I've done a pretty good job of just helping these guys out, and I don't want to say that because just trying to boast myself, but they've really done well taking it in and being coachable, and just like wanting to get better. That's the biggest thing, is these young guys, they want it so bad, and you can't. That's the most important thing, is like when it comes to someone being coachable, it's just like if they receive it, they're going to be good. If they're not, that's what it comes down to. It don't matter about size or anything. So I feel like they've just done a good job taking it in and just putting work in. So it's good. But
okay, second and final question is, the way the schedules is, it's so erratic at times. You'll play for a week and then you won't be playing, and then you play back-to-back games like you did this week. Now you guys basically, you're off until Friday afternoon. As coach talked to you guys, I'm sure you're going to have some practices and stuff like that, but how is Titus Lutz going to what does he feel that he has to do to get ready to go to the state on Friday?
I think it's a lot of rest and recovery from just these 2 games. I know it's not a lot, but especially like just adrenaline kicking in some of these games for these kids. It can do a lot to your body, and we gotta do the smart things: rest, recover, and make sure we're getting some reps. So I think practice going in this week is just get a lot of defense, and then we'll probably have some guy come in and throw to us, and just get some reps. So
okay, all right.
Stay focused.
Advantage or
It's the biggest
disadvantage
thing.
of not having school?
Advantage.
Really?
It's nice, yeah, not have to think about anything. So just go play baseball.
All right, that's good.
It's fun, yeah.
All right, so that's the start of our game. Titus Lotz, one of the two that we've selected. We'll talk to the other one here in just a few minutes, so stay with us as you're watching the Saturday McDonald's McSports program here on the Epiphano Sports Network.
We've made a lot of breakfasts, and along the way, we noticed something was missing. A warm cinnamon roll for breakfast, or with breakfast. A fluffy blueberry muffin from the drive-thru you're already driving through. A glazed apple fritter, which might find its way into your coffee. These are options every breakfast haver should have, and now they do. And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba.
John Waters with us right now. John is probably the most improved player from this year's team from last year. And let's be honest with you, you've got to play the whole season this year. And that playing every day when the team's on the field, now that you've had the experiences on both sides like that, what kind of mental frame did you try to put yourself into heading to this senior year knowing, okay, this is my last shot, I'm really going to go for it?
I felt like I let the team down last year. I knew that was a big piece, and I felt like I needed to step up and be a leader, and I just let them down last year. And watching from the side, it was just so frustrating. I remember one game, me and you were up in the press box talking about it, and I was talking to you and how just frustrating it was to watch my team and knew I couldn't do anything about it and help. And I just knew that this year I needed to make sure that I just stayed focused and be a leader and just play the best that I can and help my team win.
During the off season, what were some of the things that you tried to work on getting prepared for this season?
I just figured that going out and catching with my pitchers and just doing some bullpens with them and just seeing it before games started, I knew that would help me a lot. And I always go hit with my dad, and we figure out my swing a lot of the time. And yeah, just kind of working on catching and hitting, just for the most part.
When you look at your overall senior year, getting to play every day, what other areas did it help you with? I mean, your school and stuff like that.
It kept me really focused at school. I think that having like a normal regimen like that, where you're always having practices and you're not out of your team, you know, it helps keep you focused and keeps your eye on the prize.
Entering the season, what was your personal goal? What did you want to do?
I want to win state. That's what I want. I want to go, and I want to go out here on next weekend, and I just want to win it all. That was the whole goal.
The interview's done. I don't have what else to ask you. You had a really good game. I think we picked you for the Miami Trace game.
Yep.
And it's one of the things, you know, I've been to some of your guys' tournament games and others I've listened to it on the radio. It seems like you always seem to come up with the clutch hit. And I know the coach has moved you up and down that lineup, but now you're batting that cleanup. That's your job, the number 4 man. You're supposed to bring those guys in front of you, like John and Titus and AJ in. How have you responded to that? I mean, do you have to, every time you go to bat, are you going through a mental check of what you got to do, things like that?
Honestly, I just know they're going to put me in that situation. That's why I'm there. Those boys go up there and they do their jobs. They get on base and they get hits, and you know, they're great. And so I just know that when I go up there, I've got to do my job too. I'm supposed to be a leader on this team. It's my senior year, and I just got to go out there and do what I can.
I asked Titus this, and I'll ask you this. Since you've already graduated, of course, your school's out anyway. You've had a couple weeks now out of school. You've got some ball games in. But now this week, you know, you guys, basically it's free time until Friday when you guys get ready to head up to Akron. What are you going to try to do to help yourself get mentally prepared for going to the state Final Four? Because let's be honest with you, even though that may be a goal,
Yeah.
that can kind of like, whoa, we're actually here,
Yeah,
you know.
it's a lot for sure. It's stressful a little bit, but I think that, you know, we're definitely here for a reason. We've proven right from the start. Everybody was saying, like, coming into this year that we were going to be a really great team and that we can make a state run. And they keep talking about the 2000 team that won, and they're great to look up to. We have one of our coaches that actually played for that team, you know, and he gives a lot of insight on that. And I just think that we just need to stay focused. It's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of people talking about it, and there'll be a lot of people there, but just to take our practices very seriously and just realize that we do have what it takes. And so the moment isn't bigger than us, I think.
You know, just have fun with it.
Yeah, you got to.
It's probably easier
Can't
said
let this
than
thing
done.
stress you out.
No. I mean, you're only, what, 18?
Yep.
My son, you've got so many other things ahead of you guys'
Yeah.
life. You know, this will be something to not look back nicely, but, you know,
yeah.
still. It's not the number one all things, you know. If something happens, you don't win it.
Exactly.
It's not going to be earth shattering, but you want
Nobody's
to
dying
win
here,
it, though.
Oh yeah, it would be just a great way to end the season. We've had such a great season. I love these boys, and I'm really proud of our team.
What are you going to do when you graduate?
I'm going to OU, and I'm
Really?
studying business finance.
Okay. Are you going to try to play some ball?
My
No,
body's done.
You're done.
My
Honestly.
ankle's shot.
I bet.
Yeah, it's just too much.
People don't realize playing catcher how much of a toll you can take on your body. I mean, you know, Titus, as he says, all kinds of health problems and things like that. So you do have to sacrifice your body when you play sports.
It's my job. You know, as a catcher, right, my job is to just kind of just keep the ball in front. Whether that be me getting bruises on my arms or my legs or my body in general, I have to keep it in front of me. So.
Is there days when you go home after a game and you sit down and you're like, why am I doing this?
No.
No?
I mean, I've been doing this for so long that the pain, it's just part of it. You know, just part of it. You got to win. Winning comes at the cost.
Well, I'm so happy to see you back on the field this year and having such a great success. Like I say, if they go back through all the film and stuff, you're probably going to be among the leaders of clutch hits. But you've done your job, and you got only 2 more to do, right?
Mm-hmm. 2 more. Two
All right.
more, and we can win it all.
All right, buddy. Good to see you again. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Stay right there. We'll talk to John Wall, who's the spring sports student athlete from Washington Courthouse, and also head coach Mark Schwartz. Stay with us right here on this special edition as we salute the Washington Courthouse baseball team on the Epifala McDonald's Saturday McSports Show.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any better than crispy, juicy, and tender, we went and added spicy. Introducing McDonald's new Spicy Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, we're continuing our special salute to the Washington Courthouse varsity baseball team. Of course, state bound this Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock, and wish them the best of luck. And it just so happened, timing-wise, we had these guys lined up to be here today anyway, so it just kind of worked out hand in hand. We did have some of the members of the baseball team were here early, ate breakfast. Nick fed them, and kind of was a way to show community support. And so if they're tuned in, thanks guys for hanging and coming out. We appreciate that as well. John Wall's with us right now, spring sports student athlete. John, of course, has been with us a couple times.
Yep.
A couple times we talked. You were sick during
Yeah.
basketball, I think it was. Did you win the winter sports?
It was the fall.
Fall.
Yeah, I wasn't here for that one.
Okay, so he's won twice this year. So we've had repeat winners. That's good. John, you're a junior, and so where do you see your role among this group of seniors as far as leadership's concerned? Are you kind of right there with them?
Yeah, I'd say I'd be right there with them as a leader. I see myself as one of them. I've been playing with them my whole life, and I'm comfortable in the leadership role of this team, and I love these guys, and I'd do anything for them.
I was listening to the game yesterday, and there was a play that you made. The guy on the radio was mentioning that you was deep in the hole, short, and you made a throw sitting on your butt.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
So, runner on first. Will winds up for the pitch. I'm ready. The ball hit hard deep into the hole. I take 2 steps and dive for it. Get it at the end of my glove, roll over and throw it to Bryce at second, and got the out. I mean, there's really nothing going through my mind. It was just all in the moment.
Well, the thing is, you don't really want to think about it, do you? Too much?
Nope.
It'll never
no
happen.
time. No
Just
time to
instinct,
think.
right?
Yep.
Coming into the season, what was you wanting to maybe to do personally and also toward team goal?
As the leadoff hitter on our team, my goal was just to get on base and score as many runs as I can. It really helps the team to get the leadoff guy on, and I'd say I did that job pretty well this year. So, yeah.
You guys are, 25 games in a row or something like that you've won?
Yeah.
I think Uniota's the only one that's beaten you, and that was real early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys feel that stress trying to keep that streak going, or now that you're in the tournament, it's kind of a different type of pressure on you, knowing we lose, we're done?
Yeah, we felt a little bit of pressure, but, we're just so bonded as a team. Like, we trust each other. We know that we can win any game against any team we play as long as, we play as a team.
Of course, you're honored for your schoolwork and stuff like that. Kind of remind our folks a little bit about some of the things you're involved with at school.
I do DECA, which is a business program. I'm involved in the business finance class at school, and I've done community service with Peloton and other things, and I take a lot of pride in my education.
Well, both of the kids that we had student athlete were members of DECA. Lily was Shaw earlier, was the female. And of course, Nick was in DECA in school. And believe it or not, when I was in school, they had DECA. So it's been around a long, long time.
Yeah.
It's a good organization. Huh? Well, it wasn't that long ago, but you had to go to school when it's 6 inches of snow on the ground, whatever, Now, now if it covers the sidewalk, they want to cancel school, Even though you're a junior right now, I'm sure that you probably have been approached, or you've had talk, or maybe some contacts or letters of interest and stuff like that. Baseball kind of runs in your family, So
Yeah.
Are you looking at, when you graduate, you'd like maybe play some college ball?
I've been thinking about it. I've had a couple of schools reach out, some small D1 schools and other D2 and 3 schools. So, I've been thinking about it. I'm not really sure yet. Probably just figure it out over the summer and early next year.
Okay, good. So, I'll ask you the same questions I ask your teammates there. School's out, no ball game till Friday. You got some time here to kind of be a kid maybe a little bit, But other than that, what do you feel that you're going to have to do mentally to get yourself ready for that game Friday?
I just say go into practice every day, focused with the goal in mind, obviously to win, and just take care of my body throughout the week. Drink a lot of water, electrolytes. Just get my body and mind prepared for the game.
Both the other guys mentioned trying to get some sleep and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the pressure it's got to wear you out one way or the other. After winning the game, probably was it hard to sleep last night?
Yeah, I didn't get to sleep till like 3:30 last night.
Yeah.
I was just so excited.
Well, maybe you can go home this afternoon and take a nap.
Yep.
If your mom or dad let you. They said, no, you're going to bed at the regular time. Well, John, congratulations.
Thank you.
doggone it, you just watching you guys growing up over these years and watching, following you. At least I got another year with you, so that'd be nice.
Yep.
But I hate when seniors leave, you know, because you kind of get invested in them and things like that. And like with John, you know, I did sports with your parents when they were. Didn't get to do any of your grandpa's games though. That was a little before my time. And I always said if I did grandchild's games, I was quitting the business. So your grandpa, you get an exemption because I never got to do grandpa's games. All right.
Yeah.
So I'll be around next year, Lord willing. All right.
Yep.
And watch it and do your thing. With baseball on your mind, do you try to work on other sports, or this week it's like it's just baseball and that's it?
Yeah, it's all baseball. Whatever season I'm in, that's the only sport I focus on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good enough. Well, congratulations, spring sports student athlete for Washington Courthouse. Appreciate it. Hang around. After we talk to Coach, we'll get some photos from the guys. So we'll stay with you. Stay with us, I should say, as we'll be back here on the Epifano Sports Network with some more of the Saturday McDonald's McSports Show.
Is there food at home? Maybe. But is there a McDouble with extra pickles, a side of fries, and a high C at home? No.
With it, group drop. Like come on and no one
Final guest on our program today is the head coach of the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions baseball coach program, Coach Mark Schwartz. And Mark, I'm trying to think of the way to ask this, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway. I think you and I got a pretty good working relationship. Yep. You would answer my question. I've seen some pictures that's been posted on Facebook and stuff with hugging your wife and stuff like that, and the team and the family and so forth. This has got to be a major, major burden off of you. I mean, you guys have been under so much pressure this year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we felt like we had a target on our back since day one, and being district champions last year and having what we had coming back, and especially our pitching staff, we felt like we were the team to beat, and but we were able to handle it, and the players have embraced it, and we're out where we are. So,
how did this team get to this point? I mean, you've been coaching now for several years and so forth. Like you say, you got to the regionals last year and stuff. But how, over your term here, how does this program come together the way you envision it?
I think it all goes to the players. I mean, they bought into everything we've talked about since day one, knowing your role, accepting it, and playing as a team. We talked, especially early, that it's going to take the whole team throughout the year to be a part of this, and it seems like a different guy stepped up at different times this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we usually had 12 guys on the roster throughout most of the year. We bring up some JV players here and there, but it seemed like even the 11th, 12th guy on the team has played a role in this and done something that's helped us win. So these guys love each other and are great teammates, great friends, and it shows how we're playing.
You've had teams where, you know, you've had some pretty good talent. Some kids have gone on to play some college ball and things like that. Real quick, let's talk about a couple of these guys that we just interviewed today. You know, Ty's going to Bowling Green. John will probably play college ball.
Yep. AJ's going to play college ball.
AJ's going to play ball. John, he's like, my body can't handle anymore. Yeah. I won't take studies, which is good. But you've had some outstanding athletes been able to play under your program.
Yep.
What are some of the things that you have tried to encourage them to do Your son was another one. I think I mentioned. That's gone on to college. What is your role as a coach? Where do you feel that you need to fit in to help these guys?
Well, I mean, it's about being a team concept, and I mean, playing hard and knowing if you make a mistake or something's not going your way, keep your head up and make the next play. And something's going to happen later where you're going to do something that's going to help us win. So it's just buying in that team concept and just keep playing pitch by pitch, play by play, and inning by inning.
I know, like I said, I've attended some of the games, other games. Dave went down to cover again. I listened to it. You kind of fell in love with that little suicide squeeze here in the last couple of games. What's the deal with that?
We're good at it. I mean, even if team like Bloom Carroll knew we were going to do it the other night, it didn't work for us. We missed it, but our guys know we're going to do it. And like Bryce Hazel is our best squeeze bunter. And I just can give him a look, and he knows it's coming.
Yeah.
I just whisper to the guy on third, and we get it down. I mean, we don't get that. Bryce doesn't get that squeeze down against Jackson. I don't know if we win that game.
Yeah.
I mean, the momentum would have shifted possibly to Jackson because that would have been a big out. But it's hard to defend. I mean, if you do it right, it's hard to defend. You can know. Bloom Carroll knew it was coming, and if Bryce gets it down, we score easy. So I tried it 3 times last night.
Yeah.
And it worked once, and Tanner tried it and fouled it off, but we'll keep doing it. So.
Well, like you say,
it works.
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
You want to keep going with it. Looking now, getting ready for this week, what's your plans with the team? I mean, you worry sometimes when the kids have a little bit too much free time before going. So.
Well, I mean, this time of year I don't like because I don't like the kids not being in school because they sleep in and.
Yeah.
But. We'll sit down. I'm gonna sit down with our AD on Monday to figure out plans for Akron. But we'll practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I think we're gonna leave sometime Thursday to go spend the night up in Akron. And,
okay.
We play at 1 o'clock on Friday, and then hopefully we're spending the night because we're playing Saturday. We're gonna spend the night either way Friday probably, but hopefully we're gonna be playing Saturday for a championship.
Then if you win at 4 o'clock, I would assume you guys would probably come back into town.
Probably that's the plan. So.
I mean, you got law enforcement now. It's kind of used to you guys coming into town with the.
Well, we're hoping they're waiting at the county line like they were last night again. So that'd be great. So.
Well, I remember the 2000 team, the same thing, and the '99 team went to the Final Four. It's kind of ironic, to be honest with you. I remember the '99 team, the 2000. That was among my highlights. Then it was inducted in the Hall of Fame this year, and then here it is now. We got another state visit. I should just go ahead and retire. What do you think, Nick? No? Okay, I guess not.
Under contract.
I'm still under contract to you for a couple more years, I know. What does this mean to you personally? I know that sounds like a silly question, but I mean, come on, a coach has got to have some feelings inside about this.
Well, I'm obviously excited and proud of our program. I guess it really hasn't sunk in yet. I mean, last night was kind of a blur after the game. We celebrated on the field, celebrated when we got back into town. We kind of had a team party afterwards. We just had some pizza and team met at one of the family's homes. And
yeah.
I guess I just haven't had time to process it. But, I mean, obviously this is our ultimate goal as a coach, to get your team to the Final Four and hopefully win it. And I think after the season's over and I have some time to reflect, and I mean, it's something I'm very proud of. I mean, I'm proud of I'm happy for the young men in our program because they worked their butts off since February 20th or whatever to get to this goal, and I mean, they haven't batted. We've won 26 games in a row. It's not heard of in baseball very often. It's very hard to do that, and I'm just happy for the young men just to see them after the game celebrating with their families, and seeing the crowd at the school when we got back last night, and seeing the smiles on their face. That's what it's all about. So, I mean, I had one player, this is probably the best compliment I've had all year by anybody, is I had a player 2 weeks ago after districts. He's a JV player. We brought him up for the tournament, and we won districts. He said that was the best day of his life.
Wow.
And then last night, he told me the same thing. This is an even better day. This is the best day of my life. So that's what it's all about
Yeah.
for me as a coach. I mean, just to see these guys accomplish what they're doing, and I'm very proud of that.
Well, I'm sure Coach Hazel is very, very happy too. He got to play on that 2000 team, and now to see his son is part of this team and stuff like that.
That's great.
It is. You know, those are the kind of things that you can't script.
Yeah.
It happens. It has to be. And as a head coach, that has to make you happy too that you got him on the coaching staff, because he can give you some little maybe insights and stuff like that.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, I've got a great coaching staff. I mean, Brian Yazel, he's our pitching coach, calls pitches. We got Buff Mustaine, Trevor Mustaine, and Pat Sowers. I mean, as a head of the program, I probably get too much recognition for being the head coach, but it takes all of us. And I mean, I couldn't do this without. I wouldn't want to do it without anybody else.
Well, you get all the praise, but you also get all the criticism.
Yeah,
so
that's okay.
Take the praise that you can.
Yeah, no kidding. But.
Well, congratulations. It's great. We'll be up there Friday. We'll file reports and stuff for the folks that won't be able to go to the game. And I think Dave's going up Saturday. He's already planning on something. I mean, you guys need to win, so
we'll give it our best shot.
That's all you can ask for, I guess. But again, thanks to the kids coming out and getting the breakfast and stuff like that. And it's been a pleasure to work with you again this year. But like you say, we're going to go to the state. We might as well win it.
That's right.
All right. Mark Schwartz, the head coach of the Washington Courthouse. We'll take another quick break. We'll wrap it up. We're going to take pictures of the kids, and then everybody can go home and enjoy the rest of the weekend. So stay with us right here on the McDonald's, Epifano McDonald's Saturday McSports Show, here from the Jeffersonville McDonald's. Well, I know it's been another long Saturday, but we hope you enjoyed the program. We talked to a lot of outstanding young people and coaches. We again appreciate everyone coming in today. We had everybody show up. With the spring sports, sometimes it's hard because of graduations, vacations, and so forth. But we are so happy that everyone was here today, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Don't forget, we'll be filing reports on our WCHC Facebook page. But during Friday's games, I'll be doing that. And hopefully we'll have a 2-for-2 weekend from Akron's Canal Park. Until late August, when we start up another school year, for Nick Epifano, I'm Randy Young. Thanks for joining us, and have a good weekend, everyone.